Today we will be going over this really nice Reolink 32 channels NVR system. Ultimately, it will be installed at a client's house. We need to set it up first at my house to make sure everything is working properly before the actual deployment. I wouldn't want any surprises at the client's house because anything can go wrong. In the front of the unit, there's not much. In the back, there's the standard on and off button, power plug, HDMI, VGA. I don't know why VGA is still there. There are two USB ports, Ethernet port to connect to your own local area network. These are normal Ethernet jacks. They are not POE. Finally, these green terminals are totally optional to work with your alarm system. We will connect this straight to our local area network and then use 3 POE switches to power all of the cameras. This unit comes bare bones, meaning there are no hard drives whatsoever. We need to release these 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Release the screws so that we can install the hard drive. Once the 3 screws are released on the top, just hang on to this part right here and then slide back. Lift it up. This NVR has enough space for 3 hard drives. 1, 2, and then 3. Screws are provided, but not enough for 3 hard drives, only even 2 drives. Luckily, these screws are standard, so you can use your own hard drive screws. This is kind of tricky. Make sure that the backs are facing the motherboard. Verify all of the screw holes are flush or lined up with one another. Strange that only 5 screws are provided. Since we're using 2 hard drives, we're missing a lot of screws. Don't worry, I'll install them later on. 2 is good enough for now. Flip it over, connect the cables into the hard drive. This one is too far away. This one is closer. Push it in. Here's the power supply for it. That's 1 hard drive. Let's take care of the second hard drive. There we go. The third slot is blank for now. We're using only 2 slots with 10 terabytes each. 20 terabytes should record at least 2 weeks of continuous videos for 20 cameras with audio. The hard drives are installed. We'll be using this Netgear POE switch. It has 16 POE ports to power up the cameras. These are just regular ports to plug onto your network or other devices such as TV and PlayStation. This gray wire is plugged straight to my local area network. The NVR connects to my local area network via this switch right here. The cameras are really nice. We have this awesome Reolink RLC833A. The camera has 3x zoom, 3x optical zoom, 2-way audio. This thing is crazy good, and you'll see it in another review. We got 20 cameras, so let's plug them in one at a time. I'm going to plug the bottom ones in first. That way, it's much easier to insert the top ones later. You'll notice that the POE has no lights here whatsoever. If you want to see the status, it's actually on the left-hand side. That's all 20 cameras for you. I know it looks messy with all of those wires, and that's okay. We need to test them out before we actual deployments. Let's connect the HDMI cable to my monitor to see what's going on with the NVR. By the way, if this video is helpful, please consider subscribing and liking the video. This lets YouTube know my video is indeed helpful and will recommend to others like yourself. When you first turn it on, this is what you would see. Set your resolution. I'm on a computer, so I'm just going to select the resolution to 1920. If you are on a 4K monitor or TV, definitely set it up to 3040 by 2160. Your date formats, your time zone, adjust your time. Next, check this box if you want to use this along with your phone or tablet to view it remotely. Click on Next. Set your administrative password. I'm going to disable screen lock for now just because I'm going to make a lot of changes. Definitely enable screen lock so nobody else can delete footages. Enable pattern unlock. This is so much faster to unlock than using passwords. You just draw a pattern to unlock. Click on Next. It recognized the hard drive. Let's click on Format. Click on Next. Click on Next. That's pretty cool that the NVR recognized all of the 833A cameras. Let's check box all of them to add them. Instead of manually adding each camera, you can always right-click, go to Settings, go to Channel, and then check box the auto add. Let's go to System, Maintenance, check for latest version, and it seems we're using the latest version already. If you want to update manually, you can always click on Updates, download the latest firmware from Reolink's website, copy the downloaded firmware onto a USB flash drive. Insert your USB drive in the back of the NVR. Right now, there's no USB drive. And then look for the file to update it. Clicking on the Info tab will give you all of the information of this NVR. You'll definitely need all of this info if you ever have to contact technical support over emails. All right, we're up and running at the client's house. All 20 cameras are installed. We're looking at everything on this slick 4K 70 inches Samsung TV. Right-click on the mouse to open up the menu on the bottom of the screen. Go to Settings. The first thing you want to do is go to System on the left-hand side. Change your screen resolution to 3840 by 2160 for 4K video. Go to Camera, rename it. So here we can see the backyard. Click on it, delete it, rename it to whatever you want. Personally, I don't like the watermark, so I'm just going to click on that to disable the Reolink watermark, and then click on Apply to Other Cameras. Before you do that though, you might want to check on the audio. Check whether you want to record audio or not. Click on Lights. This model, the 833A, has automatic light modes. You can just disable it by off or enable night smart mode or timer mode, whereby it will turn on based on the time. By default, it will be night smart mode. It will turn on if it detects a person, a car, or even an animal. This is the client's backyard, so of course we will want to enable the light mode for the backyard instead of installing a floodlight. It's not as powerful as a real floodlight, but it's better than nothing. If this is what you want, then you will click on Apply to Other Camera, so it will apply all of the settings to other cameras. This will save a lot of time instead of having you make changes to other individual cameras manually. To control zoom, double-click on a camera you want to control. Then go down to PTZ. On the right-hand side, you see the slider, zoom, and focus. This is optical zoom, by the way, so let's change the zoom for fun. It will try to automatically focus, and sometimes it doesn't focus very well, and you can always take control of the focus. Let's zoom out. If you see the image quality is kind of blurry, go ahead and play with the focus slider to make sure that everything is in focus. So yeah, I would say right now it's pretty focused, no longer blurry. Click on the X to close the PTZ option. Double-click to go back to the full screen with all of the other cameras. Right-click. If you want to review past footages, hit on the playback icon under the bottom right-hand corner. Choose the camera that you want. Click on Apply. Next, you'll see all of the date that's available. The dates with recordings available are highlighted in blue. By default, it will record 24/7. Every time there's an activity, you can see that it's highlighted in blue. Use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out of the timeline. You can see that it picked up this vehicle and started marking the timeline. If you want to exit, go ahead and right-click again and click on OK. Now we're back to the main menu. We're seeing all 20 cameras at the same time. But you can always change the display mode just in case you want something to be higher priority. For instance, we can choose the 13 cameras mode. It will display one large view, and then all the others are smaller. If you want to see the next 7, then click on this arrow right here to go to the next page. Here's a diagram of where all of the cameras are located and how they're connected to the POE switches for power. The blue lines are for indoor, the green lines are for the outdoor Cat6 cables. So here's a camera that's already outside. That's pretty easy. All we have to do is run the Cat6 outside of the house and then back into the basement to this Reolink POE switch right here. This camera is facing the hallway and there's no way to hide the cable. We're just going to run it outside, around the house, and then back into the basement to this Reolink POE switch. Same scenario for this indoor camera. Go outside, back into the basement. Most of the cameras in the back of the house are going straight outside around the house, around the back of the house, and then back into the Netgear POE switch. There are so many cameras, and I'm not going to bother with drawing all of the green lines to go into the Netgear POE switch. The NVR is located on the second floor. I had to run the cable out to the back of the house. Most of the cameras here are going out to the back, and then ultimately down into the first floor to connect them into the Netgear POE switch. The NVR gets online by going into this POE switch right here. Remember not to plug it into the POE ports. Plug the NVR into the normal Ethernet ports of the POE switch. This connects to the Reolink, and this Reolink goes into another Reolink POE switch that ultimately connects to this Verizon box right here. If you're curious why the client has so many cameras inside the house, that's because he wants to monitor his kids. Now, if you care about privacy, you can certainly block this NVR from ever getting online. You can see how it's done in a previous video as seen here. Of course, if you block it from ever getting online, then you cannot view it remotely when you're outside of the house. To view remotely, you would have to set up a VPN tunnel to tunnel back into the house to view the cameras remotely. If you are curious what the installation looks like, here it is. A lot of the outdoor cameras wires go into the house and plugs into this 16 ports POE switch. These are normal Ethernet connections, they are not POE. On this side is POE to power up the cameras. And on this side, no POE. We can plug more networking stuff like this Asus Wi-Fi mesh access point, a PlayStation, and a Samsung TV. The cameras from mostly in front of the house come in through the side of the house, goes down here into these switches. Most of the cameras from the middle of the house also connect to this as well. Since I don't have another 16 ports POE switch, I am daisy chaining 2 Reolink POE switches. One of the Cat6 cable ultimately connects to the Verizon box that goes out there. Cameras go into the POE ports to power them up. Don't forget to label them, otherwise you'll be very confused later on if something goes wrong. Here's the wire connecting the 2 POE switches. The wire comes out there, goes into the Verizon box to get the NVR online. The Verizon box is also providing another Asus mesh access points to get the whole basement online as well. You can see the review of this Asus Wi-Fi mesh system from this previous video. Alright, hopefully you found this video helpful. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video. And thanks for watching.